Hello friends, in this video we are going to study question number 5, that is study the following table, figure, passage and answer the question given below it. In our board exam, it is asked for 4 marks each and we have to attempt 2 questions out of 3. So let's discuss about 8 marks question. In total they have given us 7 tables, then we have 7 diagram based question and 5 passage based. Okay, so let's begin with that. मला असं वाटतं की तुम्ही पण माझ्या बरोबर डायग्राम ड्रॉ केल्या तर दॅट विल बी गुड फॉर यू ऑल्सो. Okay, so let's begin with that. Okay, see, in the first table what they have given, uh, they have provided us units, total utility, marginal utility. Okay, so first question A, complete the table. So they fill in the blanks type of questions are there. So some data is missing in in that table, we have to complete it. So the answer is C. Here TU total utility is 40, 60, 70 and here is the fill in the blanks part and then 60. And MU we have no idea about the first figure, then 20, 10, 0, minus 10. Now we have to complete this table. Students, remember, whenever we do this, actually you have by hearted that table, but this is new to you. Now what is the logic behind, means how to complete this table? See, we know that initially TU, I will write here just to remember, TU and MU both are equal when initially, because it is the first unit, so obviously initially it should be equal. So your first fill in the blank should be 40 because TU is 40 for first unit, so MU become 40. Then what we do, 40, then we have to find out this figure. See, I will show you. Initially it is 40. Second figure, how you will get 40 plus 20, like 40 we add 20 is equal to 60. Then in 60 we add 10 is equal to 70. Then we add 70 plus 0 is equal to 70. So your second fill in the blanks is 70. So 40 and 70 is the fill in the blanks. Okay, and 70 minus 10 is equal to 60. What I did, initially both TU and MU both are equal, so I have written first fill in the blanks as 40. Then fourth fill in the blanks I want, for that 40 plus 20, 60, 60 plus 10, 70, 70 plus 0, 70, 70 minus 10, 60. Okay, so in this way we have completed the table. Then when TU starts falling, when TU falls, MU becomes negative. Your answer should be negative. When TU falls, MU is negative. Okay. Then draw TU and MU curve. Let's draw together. I will draw with this pen tab. So I will little bit slower. We will draw first x-axis and y-axis. Draw it. We will label it. See, you can see that take 1 centimeter difference. So this is my x-axis. I will label it. Then we have y-axis. Label it as y-axis. We know y-axis indicates MU, TU and MU, and your x-axis indicates units of commodity. Label it properly. Units of commodities. Okay. Now what I will do here, origin, I will take how many units are there? 5, 1. And remember students, many times what happens students, you do whatever you have highlighted from the textbook, don't do that. Now this question is totally based on table, graphs, diagrams, passage. So we have to consider whatever has been given. See, in this table they have given us 5 units of commodity. So by after on 1 centimeter I have marked, so I have taken 5 units of commodity on x-axis and TUMU. Now see the figure up to 60, so I can take 10, 20, 1 centimeter different distance, 30 you mark with your scale, 50, last figure is 70, so we have to, okay, I will mark it here. Okay, 70, we will extend this part. Okay, now while drawing, I already told you, while drawing what you are going to do, we will use some different color. While drawing, what you will do, first you will draw TU. Now tell me, at first unit TU is 40, at second unit my TU is 60. See here, I will go like this, I will mark like this. At third unit my TU is 70 units. Put your scale properly. At fourth unit we have 70 units. Okay, sorry, at yes, at fourth unit we have 70, and at fifth unit we have again 60. My TU is, I have completed. I will join this and label it. Labeling is very important. This is TU. Then I will draw MU. Now MU first unit is 40 because both are equal initially. Then at second unit I have 20. Then at third unit it is 10. At fourth unit it is 0. 0 means on the axis only, x-axis. And on fifth, see, we have not shown this negative quadrant. Extend this part also, and after 1 centimeter mark it as -10. Okay, now at fifth unit I have -10. What I will do, I will join this. It should come straight line. Okay, I will join this. Now this is your disutility. Label it because it's for marking. It's good that you know all these things. Join this point is called point of satiety, point of satiety. Show that it is called maximum satisfaction. Why I'm labeling all these things, that we have to show that I know each and every name. This is the highest point where MU is 0, TU is highest. Okay, and when TU starts falling, disutility starts, MU goes into negative quadrant. Everything I have mentioned, so no one will cut you a half mark also if you present it properly. See, in the textbook also you can see they have written everything. We have labeled accordingly. MU, okay, we have not labeled the MU curve. We have not labeled it properly. Label it MU curve. This is TU. This is TU curve. Okay. So we have finished with the first diagram. One mark for each, and see, for the diagram they have put 2 marks. So obviously they expect from you that you are going to label it properly. Next move on to the next table. See, this is based on marginal utility and price. Okay, let's see. See, we have to complete the table. Okay, now see units 6, total 6 units are there. MU of X, marginal utility of X commodity, and they have assumed the market price per unit as 50. This is our market price per unit. Okay, and they have assumed MU marginal because we convert MU in terms of money per unit is 10. Okay, so how this figure you got? 10 into 10, 10 into 8. Obviously 80 means it should be 8. Then here it is 7 they have given, so 7 into 10 is 70. So my first fill in the blanks is 8 and second fill in the blanks is 70. Okay, then I will show it again because you may get confused. Okay, I will show it again. See, 100. How we got 100? 10 units. 1 unit is equal to 10. So for 10, it is 100. Now 80. I know 10 is per unit. If I get 80 answer, it means it should be 8. Okay, so my first fill in the blanks is 8. Here they have given 7. I know it is 1 unit is equal to equivalent to 10. So 10 into 7 is equal to 70. My second fill in the blanks is 70. If, and here one more fill in the blanks is there. See, 5 into 10, 50, 3 into 10, 30, 1 into 10, 10. And here this market price is fixed. Now you can see 150. Your MU is more than market price. Second condition, 80. See, I will show it like this. 100, 50. Second condition, 80, 50. Third condition, 70, 50. Fourth condition, we don't know. Fifth condition, 30, 50. And these two things are your fill in the blanks. Okay. Now, see here, 50 and 50. So what you will say? It is equal. So MU is equal to price. And here 10 is smaller than 50. So we will say MU is smaller than price. Got it? If you know this concept, then only you will understand how to write. From this only you can see. In this concept they have told us that MU cannot be, it is not possible to compare MU, marginal utility, and market price. Therefore what we have assume that MU in terms of money. या कन्सेप्ट मध्ये असं सांगितलं गेलंय की MU तुम्हाला जर युनिट्स मध्ये सांगितले आणि वस्तूची किंमत प्राइस मध्ये सांगितली, मार्केट प्राइस, आपल्याला कंपॅरिझन होत नाही. म्हणून आपण इथे अज्युम काय करतो की एक युनिट MU चं एक युनिट म्हणजे 10 रुपये. तर 10 युनिट म्हणजे किती? तर 10 into 10. 8 युनिट म्हणजे किती? तर 8 into 10. 7 युनिट्स म्हणजे किती? 7 into 10. सगळ्याला आपण काय केलेलं आहे, जितके हे काही हा जो टेबल आहे, हा जो रो आहे ना, ह्या सगळ्याला इंटू 10 केलंय. कारण आपण अज्युम केलंय की 1 युनिट ऑफ MU म्हणजे 10 रुपये. म्हणून आपण अज्युम केलेल्या ह्या सगळ्या फिगर्सना इंटू 10 केल्यावर आपल्याला ह्या फिगर्स मिळाल्या. आणि त्याच्यानंतर आपण त्या सगळ्या फिगर्स 50 रुपीजची कम्पेअर केल्यात. स्टार्टिंगला त्या मोर दॅन आल्यात, नंतर एक ठिकाणी इक्वल टू आल्यात आणि नंतर त्या लेस देन झाल्यात. आणि हेच आपण इथे सगळ्या ठिकाणी एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे. टेबलचा पार्ट खूप सिंपल आहे. 4 fill in the blanks आहेत. मे बी हाफ ऑफ मार्कला एक असेल तर तुम्ही बघा टोटल 4 fill in the blanks आहेत. करेक्ट लिहा. नेक्स्ट बघा, आयडेंटिफाय एनी टू इंट्रा मार्जिनल अँड एक्स्ट्रा मार्जिनल. यू शुड नो व्हॉट इज इक्विलिब्रियम प्राइस, व्हॉट इज इंट्रा मार्जिनल युनिट्स अँड व्हॉट इज एक्स्ट्रा मार्जिनल युनिट्स. आता इंट्रा, एनी टू म्हटलेलं आहे. इंट्रा मार्जिनल म्हणजे हे जे कितीपर्यंत येतील बघा. इंट्रा म्हणजे हे 3 युनिट्स इंट्रा मार्जिनल आहेत तुमचे. पहिला, सेकंड आणि थर्ड. दीज आर कॉल्ड इंट्रा मार्जिनल युनिट्स. ओके, सो आन्सर इज फर्स्ट, second, and third. Now we will write the explanation also. For intramarginal, what you will write, see in your textbook they have given intramarginal units. Here mu is greater than price. You can see mu from the last column. Mu is greater than price. So first, second, and third, in this case, they are intramarginal unit. And fourth is they have not asked you, but I'm just telling you. Fourth is your marginal unit. We call it as marginal unit. They have, remember student, they have not asked. I'm just telling you. This is called marginal units, where mu is equal to price. Okay, and 1, 2, 3 are where mu is greater than price. It is called intra marginal units. And for fifth and sixth, it is called, where mu is less than price, is called extra marginal units. Okay, so we have finished with the second one. Now let's move on to the third one. Again, see, you can see consumer A, consumer B, market demand. So it is regarding addition. What is market demand? We know market demand is nothing but addition of all the consumers. So what I will do, see, 5 plus 10 plus 15 is equal to 30. Now 10 plus 15, 25. We want this figure, but total should be 45. So what I will do, 45 minus 10 minus 20 minus 10 minus 15, or you can write 45 minus 25. You will get 20 answer. So if you take the total 10 plus 15 plus 20, you will get 45. Now we want 60 answers. So 20, 25. So what should be here? It should be 15. I hope you have understood. Means इथे काय लिहिलं पाहिजे म्हणजे टोटल 60 येईल. तो 60 मधनं 25 आणि 20 हे दोन्ही मायनस केलं तर you will automatically get 50. Now we want 75 total. This is total of what? A plus B plus C, or they have already given here. So एकच missing figure आहे. So 50, 75. So my answer is 25. 25, 30. तुम्हाला एक्झामला टेबल ड्रॉ करावा लागणार आहे. यू कॅनॉट राईट डायरेक्टली मिसिंग फिगर्स. ओके, then simply take A plus B plus C, that is nothing but 90. With this we have finished the table. Now complete the table. 2 marks, 4 fill in the blanks, so half marks each. Next, draw market demand curve. Now let's draw the market demand curve. Draw with me. Okay. Okay, draw market demand curve. What we will do, we will draw x-axis and y-axis. Okay, draw with me, because I'm going very slow, because I'm drawing with pen tab and my speed is also slow while drawing with that pen tab. Y-axis and x-axis. This is name is market demand curve. Now schedule. Okay, label it. Market demand curve. Now x-axis. Now x-axis, we always represent x-axis as quantity demanded. So my x-axis shows quantity demanded. We can write it in kgs. because units has been given. Then price, x-axis, price of commodity X, write it properly, price of commodity X. Then here is my origin. Then you can see the highest figure is 105 for the kgs, and price figure, highest figure is 10. So I will go for 1 centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's hanged again. Then next is 6, 7, 8. Oh, again last one, extend it, 10. Okay. Okay, then we have 9 and we have 10. This is called y-axis. Okay, now let's see. Now we have to draw quantities wise. Now the highest figure is 105, so I will take, you can take 10, 20 also. I will take here 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. It's okay if you take 10, 20, because here it will look huge and it's creating problem for me while drawing. You can take 10, 20, 30. It's okay, no problem. Now see, at price 10, your total demand is 30. At price 10, your total demand is 30, means it will come between 20 to 40. If you take 10, 20, that will be easy for you while drawing. Then second, I'm concentrating here and here. Okay, so price, at price 8 rupees, my demand is 45. At price 8, my demand is 45. So it will come like this. Better you take 10, 20, that will be easy for you while drawing. Then first, at rupees 6, my total demand is, market demand is 60. It is easy to draw. Then at price 4, go for 4, my demand is 75. So it will come somewhere here. Okay. At price 2, demand is 90. Okay, so it's half of 80 and 100. And at price 1, it is 105, so somewhere here. And if you join these, it should come straight line. If you join these all points, all these points, you will get we name it as demand curve. Okay, this is market demand curve. Okay, then everything has been labeled. Okay, we are done with this. We have finished with this diagram. What I have done, I have concentrated price of commodity. I have shown it on y-axis. They have not given the units, so I have not written the rupees. If they have given, write it in the rupees also. Quantity they have mentioned, that is, we have drawn it on x-axis. Label it x-axis, y-axis. Then market demand curve. Draw it properly. We have finished the table also, and we have drawn the diagram also. Let's move on to the next. Okay, next, price in, we'll take some different color. Okay, okay, price, see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And here you can see the way they are increasing. They are showing that it is increasing by 50. So we will write 350, 400, 450. So here it will come 500. Okay, now I've finished the table. Then state the relationship between price and, way to draw the diagram also. Okay, set the relationship between price and quantity supplied. So you are going to write, there exists a direct relation. See, it is the supply. They are saying direct relationship. There exists direct relation between price, and don't write quantity demanded, because I know you people have habit of writing every time price and quantity demanded. It is price and quantity supplied. Okay, you can write in this form also. Means you are showing that I know how it works. Functional relationship, we call it as. Supply of commodity X is equal to, it is given in the textbook. Supply of commodity X is equal to function of price of commodity X. Okay, with this we have finished. Now we are going to draw the diagram. See, diagram should look upward sloping. What I will do, I will draw the for just a second. I will, don't wait for me. At least draw x-axis, y-axis. This is sufficient. Now we will label it. Label it. Label it. Again, x-axis. Then we will label it here as y-axis. Quantity supplied. Quantity supplied, we will show it on x-axis, quantity supplied, and here x-axis, y-axis shows price of a commodity. Okay, now see, figures are okay in rupees. So price of a commodity, write down in rupees. Okay, now you can see we can take 10, 20, 1 centimeter difference, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. And here we can show 300. Okay, 300. Then next 1 centimeter, 350. Next 400. Next 450. Next 500. Next 550, and next 600. Okay, okay. Now see, at rupees 10, your supply is 300. At rupees 20, your supply is 350. At rupees 30, your supply is 400. At rupees 40, your supply is 450. At rupees 50, your supply is 500. At rupees 60, your supply is 60. Okay, 550. And at rupees 70, your supply is 600. So simply I'm going to draw this upward sloping, label it as SS, upward sloping, label it properly so that you will get full marks. Pink SS supply curve. We have labeled everything. This is right as O origin. Okay, so we have finished with this. Let's move on to the next diagram. Price per unit. Okay, this is based on equilibrium price. Okay, let's draw. Let's first finish the table. 100, 300, 500. It should be like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And here exactly inverse because this is supply. So 100, 200, 300. This point is called as equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. So complete the table. Table I have finished. Derive the equilibrium price from the above table. Equilibrium price is nothing but 300, but they are saying that draw it. So let's draw it. Draw it with me. As usual, we will take x-axis, y-axis. We will label it. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is zero origin. Then we have quantity demanded and quantity supplied. Write it full form. Then we have price per unit in terms of rupees. Okay, we can take 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and here 1 centimeter difference. 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500. Okay, now let's draw. See at rupees 5, first I will draw quantity demanded. Okay, at rupees 5 my quantity demanded is 100. Then at rupees 4 my quantity demanded is 200. Then 300. At rupees 2 my quantity demanded is 400. And at rupees 1 my quantity demanded is rupees 1. If I join these points, I will get D, that is downward sloping. Then we will draw the next diagram. See quantity supplied, SS curve I will draw. At rupees 5 my supply is 500 because higher the price more will be the supply. Your supply should look like this. Okay, then at rupees 4 it is 400. At rupees 3 this is the equilibrium price. See, this is equilibrium price and this is equilibrium units. Okay, rupees 3 is equilibrium price. Write it properly. Then where were we? Okay, at rupees 2 your supply is 200. At rupees 1 your supply is 100. If you join all the figures you will get supply curve, and intersection of that it's called point of equilibrium point. And this 300 is called equilibrium quantity demanded and supplied, and this is called equilibrium price. Okay, you can label it as OP. So you will say that OP is equal to rupees 3 is equal to equilibrium price. They are saying that show it in diagram, and we have showed it. We have labeled it properly. Okay, now next diagram, next table. This is simple. This is based on index number. So first we will finish this See, price 2015-19. So this is base they have already given you in the bracket, and this is current year. So the complete the above. So summation P0. See, if you take the total of it, it will come as 220, and here you will get P1. All you have to take, just simply you have to take the total. Summation means total. Okay. And now my formula is price index. We have to calculate by price index method. So P01 is equal to summation P1 upon summation P0 into 100. This is the formula. What I will do, summation P1, I know what it is. Summation P1 is, you have to read it P1 on 0. Okay. Even though we write 0 first and 1 afterwards, but while reading, we have to read it like 1 on 0. 0 is for base year, 1 is for current year. While reading this, P1 on 0. Okay, summation P1 is 300. Your summation P0 is 220 into 100. So 0 get cancelled. So it is 3000 upon 22. Instead of dividing it by 22, I will reduce the form. I am dividing it by 2. Okay, so this is easiest form to compare to calculate, and your answer will come as 136.36. How you will get? Simple calculations are there. 11 ones are 11, 11 threes are 33, 11 six are 66. Point. So it will come as, sorry, it's 4. It will come as 1133. So likewise, you will get 136.3. Okay. So construct price index number from the above table. Means we have finished this, whatever we have shown it calculation. So this is for 3 marks. Okay. Then next, last one from the tabular part. Components of, this is very simple. If you know the formula, you can easily write it. See, we know some fill in the blanks they have given. Okay. GNP is equal to C plus I. I is missing, so answer to the first question is C plus I plus G. This is for 1 mark, and remaining is 3 marks. Okay, C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Again, one figure is missing, that is receipt minus payment. Now they have asked you the fill in the blanks. So our fill in the blanks is this from the formula. This is missing, and this is also missing. Okay, so you get the answer as I and R minus P, half of marks each. Now next, what they have told, they have told you calculate gross national product, net national product from the above. So we know the formula. So in the second question, what you will do, you will again write this formula, C plus I plus G plus X minus M plus receipt minus payment. Okay. Then C, what is C? Consumption is 200 plus I, investment is 3 plus, they have given everything. I am taking from this table only. Government expenditure, they have shown it as 400 plus X minus M. Net exports means they are giving you the final figure. Here minus 100 means your imports are more than exports. So put it into the bracket, and then receipt minus payment, net figure have been given. See, you can take or you can solve one more step it will take, but you will not go wrong. So plus minus becomes minus, plus minus becomes 50 minus 50. So your final answer will come as 750. Okay, And the last part, they have asked you to find out the NNP. NNP is nothing but GNP minus depreciation. I have already calculated GNP, that is 750. Depreciation they have given in this figure as 100. So from the table, I will write 100. So 750 minus 100 is nothing but 650. With this we have finished tabular, whatever 7 questions were there. I have finished with this. In the next video we will discuss all the diagram based questions. So thank you, students.